My name is Anthony Petrella, and I was one of the students involved in running the study. The bystander effect is basically that the more people who are to witness a tragic event, for example, somebody, in our case, fainting or somebody being attacked, so the more people to witness that event, the less likely they are to actually stand up and intervene and try to help the person.
We're doing an experiment on the bystander effect. Somebody's going to faint, and we're going to see whoever helps or doesn't help. We believe females will be helped up more than males, or well, somebody will come to a female's aid than a male. So, yeah.
I know.
Is she okay?
The situation I witnessed was a girl fell by some stairs going up to the second floor, and when she fell, after everybody kept asking, you know, are you okay, are you okay, finally someone stepped up and knelt down like they were starting to do some, you know, some CPR training or something like that. And when she got involved, what shocked me was 4 or 5 other people came in to assist. So when one person starts, or if one person leads in, others will follow.
I have to say that right when I got here was Brotherhood Sisterhood Week. So I expected, with all the caring and the community atmosphere that I found here, that people would be quicker to help when they saw their peers fall down and lay on the ground, passed out. It was really disappointing.
Again, my initial reaction was, wow, you know, again, I thought that it would come off as a, and not to say that I doubted you guys, but I thought it'd come off as like a ha-ha moment, you know, not a serious thing, but it really didn't. When I watched it, it looked as real as it could look.
Just wow, you know, it's like I know about the bystander effect, but when you see it firsthand and watch people just walk away or just kind of look and like, what should I do, what should I do, I'm just surprised nobody stepped up, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of in a rush. I was just like turning around the corner, and I saw Glen Holmes already on the ground, and this kid in my physics class, Tim, was just kind of standing there with his girlfriend, just like watching him, you know, like. And like I knew as soon as I came near there that I was on camera, because I knew you guys were sitting around. So like I kind of had to do something. Like if I just walked by while Tim was just watching Glenn, then that would just seem kind of weird. And then I kind of just had to run over.
I think what happened from watching the videos was a lot of people just were confused and didn't know what to do, because as a student, you don't know how to spot when someone is sick or fainting, or when someone's just laying on the ground being a weirdo. I think in high school we're really quick to judge other people, and a lot of people made assumptions that someone was just acting or trying to stand out, and it wasn't a real emergency, so they walked by.
I was standing next to Ryan as he was filming it for it about to start, and I saw the kid fall, the kid who's like passing out, and immediately it seemed like everyone noticed, but they didn't really want to do anything. They just like kind of crowded around him like, oh my God, look at that. Everyone's kind of in awe because this kid's just on the ground. No one really knows what's happening. But I just saw everyone walk past him, and everyone started going really slow, just walking past him, just like kind of looking at him, just like, what's going on? No one really did anything.
You know, in Brandon's situation, you know, I think Brandon's a wonderful young man. He's been very successful, but obviously Brandon would be considered unique by, I guess, common standards. And I'm not trying to stereotype him, but he should be proud that he's unique. Sometimes unique translates differently amongst high school students. And so maybe in his situation, they saw Brandon, they didn't think it was just a big deal. So that it forces you to step back and really ask ourselves, how well are we really teaching our kids, and how much are we really infusing our values of truly connecting and going out of our way for others. So it's a powerful video.
It's not that I really wanted to help or not help. It was just more of I don't know, I figured somebody else would help. I mean, I wasn't gonna barge through like a group of people to like rush this person's aid. If you're in a large group setting, that you always assume that somebody else is gonna help, or that other people are gonna, I don't know, maybe think differently of you for being the one person to help that kid.
All right, Brandon, we're about to do the experiment. What do you have to say? What do you think's gonna happen?
I'm pretty nervous because I don't know what people are gonna do. Cause like I don't want anyone just to like walk past me. You know what I mean? If that ever does happen. But
what do you think people are most likely to do?
Just walk past me.
Wow.
I think that's what people are gonna do.
That's pathetic.
Yeah. Maybe like one or two people. You know what I mean? But every majority is just gonna be like, oh my god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright. So I walk up, fall down to the ground, make it look as realistic as I can, and all I hear is people saying, "What is he doing? Is he okay?" Like, I was just like, if that actually happened, like, no one would have done anything.
I'm Mike Lopes. I was in the psych experiment. I was one of the bystanders, and I saw him just fall. And I was really surprised by it. I really did not know what was going on. And I was asking if he was okay, but I didn't actually help him get up. And everybody that I was with had no idea what was going on. They just kind of watched him. I don't know, some people kind of thought he was joking, but other people thought he was serious.
I would say this experiment went exactly as I thought it would have went. I figured that even though our town is a nice town, if I was in that same situation and some random stranger collapsed and there was a lot of people around me, I believe I would have done the same thing. Would have just kind of like glanced, see what's going on, checking out the situation. Like, I got places to go, I got stuff to do, I'm on the move.
I was pretty surprised after seeing what happened that no one really stopped. I mean, I even heard someone in the video call like, "Oh, what an idiot!" And just, I mean, even seeing like my friends in the video just walk by, it's kind of weird because you would expect someone to help, but never really happens in a situation like that.
Hi, I'm Steph Valliere. I am a psychology student, and I was a part of the experiment, and I was also an actor. But my experiment was not on film, unfortunately, but I was one of the people who fainted in the hallway. Basically what happened was I was walking down the hallway and I was looking for a clear spot that I could fall, and where like maybe the most people would see me, and I ended up falling right in front of one of my really good friends, and then another girl who I knew pretty well, it came right up to me, and two girls, they both were trying to wake me up, but it took a while for them to say go get a nurse. But since I couldn't really see like what was happening, but when I actually opened my eyes and stood up, I noticed that a lot of people were standing around me, just looking at me. And at that point, we debriefed them and told them that it was just an experiment.
So I was just walking to Contemplate, and I look over, I see a girl on the ground, and I saw another girl like consoling her, so I'm like, what's going on? So I looked over, and it was my friend Steph, and the first thing I did was try to see if she was okay, and then people around me like, no, she's fine, and then like, I don't know, I was just concerned for her because we're good friends and all.
The most enlightening, the most horrific, if you will, one was Steph Valliere. I mean, she fainted right by a group of lockers, and there were 2 to 3 girls at their lockers right next to her, and they just kind of looked over and then just continued talking like, she wasn't even there. And, Steph was literally close enough where she could have reached out and touched all 3 of them, and they all knew that she was, passed out on the ground. So it was just amazing to see how many people walked right by and how many people looked and walked right by and nobody said anything.
新しい朝の日差し僕んとこはまだいいから